to 10 cents in seconds on one exchange after multi-million-dollar trade. Ethereum briefly suffered a flash crash on GDAX exchange. Unfortunately, I don't have this exchange on tradingyou.com. There's Ethereum dollar on Bitfinex, Bitstamp. There's Ethereum versus Bitcoin in Bittrex. However, there is nothing concerning this exchange right here, GDAX. The price fell to 10 cents. You can stop the video and read this article through. It wasn't now, it was some time ago. Right there, you can see the date. I'm not sure if it's on June 22nd. I haven't noticed the exact date just yet. Look at that. The exchange says on Twitter, update on ETH versus USD market. We're continuing to investigate and will keep customers updated. It looks like they didn't have the money to bounce that trade off a little bit, and so they have effectively messed it all up. But I'm sure that they have refunded everybody, or at least the ones that asked. However, I cannot confirm this. Recently, United States has came up with newer tax laws that has reduced tax on some brackets there, which may affect the market today a little bit. No doubts about that. Alright, so it looks like I missed my golden trade here. As you can see, it went down by quite a bit, but I wasn't able to cash out on it, so I'm closing my position here and I'm going to buy it. In here we may make a little bit of cash. So far, as you know, on GDX I placed a sell order. I suspect the market to go down, and that's it. I may be completely wrong, I may be completely right. I cannot tell it right now because don't see how to look at it in order to end up being right. In any case, as you can see, the oil on TBC exchange is moving up quite a bit. And there's probably going to be a correction. I wouldn't be surprised if oil's not going to go down. Okay, slowly but surely it looks like it became super choppy here, and it's continuing to chop out. I'm sure it should continue going up just a little bit there. Oh, look at that hit right there. Oh, that was nice. That was awesome. And I was right. It's mine. I did flipped a few thousand out there. At some point it was 100,800 units of money, and it went down to 9,600. You see, the way I look at it now is that either I'm being right and I'm going to make money on the way it goes down, which is a long-term trade, obviously. Oh, well, that's a lot of money. I'm just buying 2 Bitcoin, so it could be like 4,000, which is enough. If the Bitcoin moves to 11,000, however, the Bitcoin can go up, and my stop loss would kill it if it moves to $15,200. However, it's consolidating quite a bit, and I think it's taking a price where fees are going to be much more bearable, to a level where Bitcoin could be used as a means of exchange rather than an investment without absolutely any kind of use. You see, they say that gold has no underlying value too. However, gold is being used in technology, in such things like computers. Gold is being used in things like jewelry. However, if Bitcoin is being used as a means of exchange to buy goods, it's fine. However, if it can be used as a means of exchange, then it definitely has no underlying value. At the beginning, it didn't have much underlying value. However, everybody knew about the concept of virtual money, so it was fine. However, if a transaction fee is $20, obviously everybody eventually will understand that there's definitely no means of exchange there, unless you're buying something extraordinarily expensive. But why wouldn't you do that using regular, original out there payments, such as like banking? So that's the thing here. Would you buy a bottle of beer online with Bitcoin that costs €1.39 if you have to pay a transaction fee that's worth like 15 bottles of beer of the same price? So would you exchange 15 bottles of beer that you could buy at any regular store, or at any regular store online that accepts classic banking, or you would buy with Bitcoin? And lose, in theory, 25 bottles of beer to buy 1 bottle of beer. I'm sure that you would never ever do that and lose 25 bottles of beer to gain 1 bottle of beer. Now when Bitcoin got down a little bit, things I'm sure are looking much better. Look at this support right here. It was massive, absolutely incredible here. It stood up where it's supposed to be for a long time there. It started to go against me. I'm going to close my position and I'm going to short it. I assume that's either the correction or it's going down. But the way I see it, I followed the trend. Most of the times I'm wrong following the trend, as you can see. I hope that my long-term trade is going to be much better. However, here I'm shorting it, and due to the fact that I'm following the trend. However, so far following the trend was a disaster, but not always. Sometimes I just close my positions too early. There were kind of examples where I just closed them too early. For example, I bought it here, I closed it here, however, on a slightly longer trajectory. The market was going up for quite some time. Now things are going good. Look at that. It looks like we're in the money. Let's look how Ethereum 1 minute goes. However, it's probably best with other ones to just look at 1 day or so, because 1 minute is just not going to cut it. 1 day is fine. We can see many months out there. That's NASDAQ. I'm sure you already ended up being just slightly a little bit more familiar with these few stocks in my portfolio here. So a portfolio is pretty much the stocks that you trade, and that's the portfolio. Normally it consists of stocks that you bought or sold, but in this case let's assume that I would buy or sell these right here. I choose these because I assume that they are very important. So there's a commodity right here, right? That's oil. I have a regular security, regular stock. Apple, a big company, one of the most valuable companies out there. Euro USD, a currency. Euro is obviously important for me. NASDAQ's one index, so one currency, one stock, one commodity, one index. And then what is currently on many people's minds is cryptocurrency. So I've choose 3 of these. Now you may think that this is another one, but it's not. It's the same Bitcoin USD, Bitcoin versus dollar. So Bitcoin valued in dollars, but on a different exchange. There are quite a few exchanges out there, and I use these differently due to the fact that TradingView won't separate my trades, and if I would, for example, make 5 trades of 1 Bitcoin, it would just show me 5 in overall quantity, but I want to have different trades because I'm going to make them at different prices for different lengths, and that's why I've chosen Coinbase to do the long-term trade. Let's not forget that this is paper trading, so that does not necessarily mean that I'm going to do the same in real life. When it comes to exchanges, I would just choose the most largest exchange out there, because one thing I wouldn't want to end up with is that I wouldn't want to end up investing in money in an exchange or a brokerage house that will go bankrupt. And this is where people lose their savings, because these kind of institutions can go bankrupt. Now, as you can see, I'm making quite a lot of money here now due to the fact that it's going down quite a bit. I ended up in some serious volatility here. I like that a lot. But at any point in time, the market should turn around and we should see a rise up. As you can see, this is happening all the time. I'm closing my position. I made $63. Now it's time to buy. As you can see, my order wasn't filled just yet, so I'm a sitting duck, but it's fine now. I'm on the buy side and suddenly I made $37. Things are moving forward for me. Things are looking good. And these are awesome situations right here. It's a sharp down move, and it's certainly going to be a sharp upwards move. And hopefully I make a couple of $100 on this move. In the past there were a few of these already, so that's good. It looks like slowly but surely it's going up in quite large quantities. As you can see, the market sometimes open up in a different place I'm not sure why, but I assume that's due to the fact that on lower scale, like if we would go like 15 seconds, it actually moved down severely, and that's why it opened here, because that's the case. It's probably someone downed it with a couple of million here, and that's why it opened somewhere else. But otherwise, I like